Michael here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about self-awareness singing. This is kind of like a term that I am making up, basically, and it's just the idea of applying more attention to your practicing and learning of a skill, an instrument that you're working on. I'm applying more self-awareness to singing, which is really just the idea of self-correcting so that you don't need a vocal coach standing right next to you, kind of trying to all the time focus on correcting your technique. You can kind of do most of the work on your own. So I've been taking Ken Tamplin's vocal course for about 10 months now. I actually took a vocal lesson with him recently. You can see a video of me explaining my trip and how it went and how the lesson was. There's some footage of the lesson. He mentioned that I have a pretty good grasp of the techniques that he's teaching, right? So, and just like the general foundations of what he's talking about. And I've watched, dozens of hours, maybe hundreds, of him explaining the techniques so that I can fully understand what he's teaching. So that's an ever-going process. One, understanding the concepts, and two, actually applying those and taking action on what you're learning with any skill. So one of the things I've done to increase my ability to self-correct as I'm trying to learn how to sing is watch dozens of videos of bad singers and good singers so that I can gain this level of self-awareness, determining what is it. I know when you listen to a singer, they're not good. You can just instantly hear. You don't have to know that their skill sucks, that their diaphragm support is bad, that their pitch is off or tone doesn't sound good and silky smooth. But what is it about that singer that people don't like? So I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch all these compilations of bad singers, and then I'll watch compilations of really great singers, usually from American Idol, right?
I keep falling in love with you. And
in it, I came up with a few key elements that I think would be great for singing. So the elements that I've come up with are pitch, their tuning, the tone, performance, power, compression, control, consistency, vibrato, sustain, pronunciation, rhythm, timing, phrasing, all of these kinds of things, so really the four main ones: pitch, tone, control, and phrasing, how you're saying the words, what the timing of those in lock with the instrumentation, right? I started to realize, okay, singing is more subjective with saying this person's really good, this person's not. It's not like another skill or instrument such as drums or even guitar, where you're saying, did you play the note right? Did it have a good sound or not, right? It's what that sound is like. Yes, it could change a lot, but you're either strumming the right chord or you're not strumming it. With singing, you could be singing one note, 10 different ways, however, 100 different ways, depending, your biology. What does your tone sound like individually, right? And how are you manipulating the sound in the mouth to make it sound that way? Are you using vibrato or not? So it's more subjective, and that's why it's harder to figure out, am I singing good or not? So I think with developing this certain self-awareness where you're listening to a lot of different artists to determine what is the sound that I'm going for, what's the end goal here, and then how does my sound currently compare to that? So really what this entails is simply being more intentional when you're listening to any song, if you're learning to sing or play guitar, whatever it may be, when you're listening to a song, being very intentional and mindful of the singer and saying, I like their tone. I don't like the pitch. Their pitch is sort of a little off, or the power and the support in how they're singing it, the emotion behind it. I like that. right? And every song I'm listening to now is like, okay, is that a good, would I consider that a good singer? Would other people consider that a good singer? How do I compare to that?
You were looking at a magazine. It was red carpets and limousines, and the grass seemed so much greener. All we wanted was to get there fast, so we packed up everything we had, running on hope and a tank of gas, like dreams ain't just for dreamers.
And then I'm literally like going in between listening to the song, listening to a video of myself singing and saying, I listen to my voice every day. I don't even know if it sounds good anymore, right? It's like, okay, I think it's pretty good. I don't know what other people think this is good. And it's so like, you know, maybe it's too much like analyzing it, right, to figure it out. But I like to break these things down and compare, go back and forth. So there's that. Listening to these recordings of people, comparing those to yourself, constantly going back and forth. And there's this component of checking feedback with other people, weighing that feedback, not just from one person, several different people, right? And a note about the recording thing is to record yourself a lot and don't be afraid of hearing yourself sound bad, and have confidence to just kind of, maybe not confidence, it's more so just like let it go. Just be okay with sucking sometimes and voice cracking or playing that wrong note on the guitar, and just keep doing it and keep putting in the reps, right? And recording and saying, okay, that was all right. And you just got to start doing that. And then at that point, eventually, you know, just get playing live as quick as you can. That's what I'm doing right now, working to go play live. So hopefully this is kind of interesting, little feedback here, and comment something about what it is that you struggle with learning guitar, maybe, or singing, whatever it is, and we'll have a conversation about it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out this channel. We're going to be having more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.